What's up guys, my name is Nick, and today I'm going to share with you 10 reasons why you should buy the Canon C70. Here we go. Okay, so number one is the functionality and the build of this camera. The fact that it's so compact, I would compare it to like a 1DX Mark II, and that's a camera I'm very familiar with. I shot on the 1DX Mark II for probably 3 or 4 years, and it feels like that. So to have the weight and the portability and functionality of like a smaller camera, but it being a cinema camera, is such a plus. It has a super 35mm DGO sensor, which is the exact same sensor you're gonna find in the C300 Mark III, which is twice the cost of this camera. So the fact that you have a similar sensor, or the same sensor really, to the C300 Mark III is incredible. Reason number 3, you can shoot 4K 120 frames per second, and then you can also shoot 2K at 180 frames per second in H.264. So the fact that you're able to slow down that tremendously and still maintain that high quality level of footage is another perk to this camera. The fact that you have a flip out screen is a game changer because you can tilt it, you have the flexibility to even shoot low angles like this and still have a sense of what you're shooting, and not like you have to lay on the floor to see like what your LCD screen is like. So the fact that you have this flip out screen is also a huge perk to the C70. You have assignable buttons all around this camera, and the fact that you can customize your menu is just gonna save you that much more time when you're on the field or you're shooting a project. To know your camera and to have faster ways to navigate your camera is also a plus. Number 6, and this is probably one of my favorite features of this camera as a whole, the fact that you have built-in ND filters all the way to 10 stops of NDs is a game changer. So if you're outside and you're shooting in bright conditions, in camera, you can expose properly, and the fact that you have 10 stops to work with is super helpful. Number 7, super quick, it has dual pixel autofocus, which is also really ideal in a small compact cinema camera. Number 8, the battery life is amazing. So it takes BPA 30s. You can also on Amazon get BPA 60s. It comes off your camera a little bit further. However, the battery life is great, highly recommend. Number 9, it has digital image stabilization built into the camera. And so if you're shooting handheld and you don't have a Ronin or a tripod or a monopod, and you wanna kind of have that extra slight punch in to your image to correct micro jitters and kind of help the shot be that much more fluid, digital image stabilization is built into the camera to make your footage look that much smoother. And then number 10, it actually has an RF mount. So it's ideally built for mounting RF lenses, but I have all EF lenses, and for the last couple years, I've been investing in Canon L series EF lenses. So I was able to get a Canon mount adapter that mounts EF lenses to the RF mount. And because of the adapter that I have, it also brings my 2.8 lenses to a 2.0. I personally don't know the science behind that or how that's even possible. So if you're very skilled in the technicalities of all this, you can comment down below the science behind it. But just the fact that I can turn my EF 2.8 lenses into 2.0 using this adapter is also super ideal. So just the versatility and the functionality of a small, well-built cinema camera that I can take places and it feels similar to like the 1DX Mark II that I used forever is so ideal for the indie filmmaker or the wedding filmmaker, or you want to even film commercials and music videos with it. It's so compact, but it has quite a punch. So definitely recommend the C70. Look, I know a lot of us are trying to figure out like what camera does this, that, and the bottom line is you need to just choose a camera that best suits your needs and what you're capturing and the stories you're telling. But for me personally, I have nothing but great things to say about it. And I know that this is gonna be in my arsenal, in my lineup of cameras for probably in the next couple years. And so I love it, highly recommend the C70. And feel free to like and subscribe if you wanna see more content just in regards to the creative workflow and what I do on a day-to-day basis and how I'm continuing to challenge myself and grow in creativity throughout this year in 2022. Love you guys, thankful for you, and I should probably get back to work, so. Does the top handle on it look weird?
No.
At all?
No.
Oh, okay. Are we rolling?
We're rolling.
Okay, and